Welcome, SunSpotter. Are you ready for relevant news, reports, information, and a splash of entertaining ideas based on real estate? You have arrived in a great space. Here is C. Chambers, licensed real estate sales and content creator, helping you with the keys to open doors of new opportunities. And now, let's go get them, C.
Hey, Sun Spotters. Welcome, welcome. Walk with me. Hope everything is well with you and yours. Why do I always press the wrong button? Let's get some energy up in there. Come on, come on. Yes, yes. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome. This is Sunspot Living, where I'll give market reports, reviews on real estate related news, uh, give you a highlight of my week, or um, I'll be positioning myself to do interviews uh, from other agents, brokers, when they get to that level, tenants, just to get a feel of what's going on right now. Um, I have two articles available for you right now, and a nice little, surprise towards the end, but it's just to get you revved up. I'm also including another video that I did previously um, from an OLR report about some of the things that's going on between a couple of the biggest markets in the city, which is Manhattan and Brooklyn. Forever changing, always some new stuff going on, right? But right now, let me tell you what's going on with the mortgage rates, okay? Mortgage interest rates have increased today, and that's good news, in a way, because the rates are actually lower than they were last week. So it's still in a moderate stage. Last week it was 6.74%. Now, as according to Zillow, the 30-year fixed is about 6.51. If mortgage rates are something that you're interested in, in deciding whether you'll buy or changing the price on how you sell in this aggressive market that is quickly changing rapidly, to say almost from day to day, 3 days, it'll be something different, right? So the 20-year fixed rate has plummeted by 20 basis points to 6.25. 15-year fixed rate is down to 5.89. So, you want to be able to tackle it. And I also have been seeing in some of my searches how the actual properties that are on the market have been going down, decreasing as well. I've seen one that decreased $30,000, I would say within less than a month, tracking this property. So there are opportunities out there. There are some people that are popping out, a few buyers, a couple of investors are popping out, but whether they pull the trigger or not is basically going to determine how the market settles, right? And our job as agents and brokers and advocates is to helpfully give as much information out there, so when it's time to make a decision, you make a well-informed decision and don't have that buyer's remorse. That's the last thing we want to do, and we want to make sure that we have all of our situations together: paperwork, appointments, clear transparency, fiduciary duties, everything intact as we move on, so we can prevent stuff like this right here. Let me pull this up on the screen. Give me a chance. We're working here. Clap it up. We're working here. All right. Make sure the video is in effect. And yeah, let me share my screen, because this is important. Minimize myself so wrong one, man. Wrong one. Here we go. Hope we can see it. Doing so much. Okay. All right, I'm in the scene too. Hope you can see it. Brooklyn and Manhattan rents hit record high this month, new report finds. Okay. And this is from March 14th by David Lucas at the Patch staff. Patch is one of the periodicals, the virtual periodicals that I look at times. Also, a couple of others, Redfin, OLR, and the like. Okay, the median rental price in Manhattan hit a record high in February, according to the new report this last month. The borough's median rent soared to $4,500 in February. Now, we also know that there are fluctuations from uptown to downtown and from west side to east side. You're going to get a variety of different price levels, but for the most part, as I said, the median was $4,500, and it rose 6.4% last February, according to the Douglas Elliman report. February's median rental prices more than previous record reached the summer of 2023. Okay, in addition, the average rental price rose to nearly $5,400, a 4.6 price increase from last month. You know, this is going to determine whether you make a move or not, because you also have to consider what other bills are going up. We're always talking about the eggs right now. The eggs are insane. Where's my stuff? The eggs are insane. Milk has always been a situation. So we want to know where these things are showing up when it comes to, our diet and our quality of life. Very important. Let me see if I can switch this down. Yeah, where is it? Very much important as we enter in. Okay? In Manhattan, there were 12% fewer new leases in February compared to January. Not too many people pulling the trigger on this. But year to year, the figures show new leases increased 0.6% to 4,377. Other boroughs in the city have seen rental prices increase. Queens is another one. Queens is definitely one to consider. I've been seeing a little bit fluctuation in Staten Island, but not so much. We're basically hovering at the same price. They're pretty cool. But as far as Queens, Brooklyn definitely. They're mimicking what's going on in Manhattan. The average rental price per square foot in Brooklyn rose to $59.15, a record high. Those figures are higher by 7% year over year. In Brooklyn, the median rental price surged to $3,600 in February, up from $3,500. Whole $100 makes a whole $100 means a lot. It can make a break. In January, in $3,499 February of last year. So you see how the jump is. The average rental price in Brooklyn rose to $4,035 this month, up from $3,965 in January and $3,795 in February. Now, this is so out of the loop of those that can only afford $2,500, $3,000. $3,000 is still steep, but it's a moderate price, and it's rough. It's especially around that 2,500. There's only so many units, and I've talked about that on a video that I spoke about attaching to this recording right here. That there's only so many units, and the concentration of the units basically around 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. The higher you get, the less units, of course. And the studio apartments, not too many of those move properly. So the focus is the 1 and 2 bedrooms, and it can be very chaotic. It's going to be very chaotic, and many people are charged because of this demand. They're charging more, and it's rough. The one bedroom vouchers are $26.69. I would need $26.96. Pardon me, $26.96 for one bedroom on the vouchers. All right, I do have everything, all my numbers together and everything like that. Can I get it? I don't want to pull it up right now. I'm gonna pull it up on another live. But if you do have a voucher, you also get a sheet to show where everything lines up. If you're responsible with utilities, if they're going to pay the whole price, and all the things that you need to apply to, whether it applies to you or not. So, these are the things that we have to consider. Okay, not to get off on a tangent. In parts of Northwest Queens, median rents rose from $3,239 to $3,466, 7% in February last year. So it's showing, how it's incrementally going up, but at the same time, people's salaries are not. At the same time, people's salaries are not going up to meet and match those levels so you can live comfortably. This is what's going on right now. You move this. Okay. Sun spotters, how's it going? How's it hanging? Hope everybody is doing well. I think that's the clap. That's the clap. Welcome. Again, this is a market report. I promise to step it up a little bit more. It's been kind of hectic. And we're going to go through the real trends from Altos, which is a very good one. Alto Research. I like that one. Also, real estate from Realtor Hop is a good one as well. I give them props. There you go. Okay. But let's go into what we have right here. Okay. In New York, because that is my market. That's where I'm based right now. As a licensed representative for you and your causes in the real estate area. All right. And this is for today, March 21st, on a Friday. This week, median list price in New York is $3,750,000 with the market action index hovering around 30. As you see, at 30, you're in the buyer's market level. So, that brings up a lot of great options that are available. I actually have been seeing an uptick. Whether they can come into fruition or not is a whole nother story, and we have to do our due diligence, have finances available, make the appointments, book the appointment, make the appointment. That's the only thing on my mind right now, because I haven't been seeing anyone, and I would love to see you instead of just being out there. Okay? The real-time market profile, the median listing price, like I said, $3,750,000. New listings is $2,500,000. You see the square foot. The days on the market, which is very important, is 111 days right now. So it's a lengthy process for most of these transactions. It might be because some people are hesitant, or because of the fiscal angst, because of the financial pressure and anxiety. People really want to dot their I's and cross their T's, so be mindful of that as well. Median days on the market is 42. 13% price decreases, 8% price increases. So it's looking pretty good, as far as you don't have to worry about too many jumps right now. 31% relisted. So for other agents out there, other brokers out there, these things are moving to be relisted because there have been some discrepancies with people in charging this high price, and it's not bringing too many buyers to them. You want to get something that's going to be compelling enough to attract them, and maybe negotiate some better deals. 39 on inventory, and this is in New York City. Okay, the median rent $5,159. Okay, and the market action is at 30. Like I said, it's in a slightly seller's advantage, but you see the heavy buyer side of the gauge. Okay, narrative: the market's been cooling off a bit recent weeks as homes are more available and demand is less. People are sticking where they are for the most part, but there are some things being changed around. Let's be cognizant of that. There was a small exodus, and now people are starting to come back a little bit. You're seeing the price move lower as a result, so the market is still in the seller's zone. Expect this trend to continue, especially if the index falls to the buy zone. Watch for a persistent upturn in the market action signal prices rising again. All right, there goes a chart right there. This is from the 7-day, September 20th to where we are in March 2025. At the highest point we have in March 2022, right? 7-day average was at 12 million. 90-day average is at 12.2 million. Now here we are. This is as of, there you go, March 14th, 3.8 million for the 7-day average and 6.6 million at the 90-day average. So it dropped down halfway, pretty much, okay? And that's for the Real Trends Market Report right now, just to show you what shape we're in. Make sure you get in contact with me, some of your real estate goals. I may or may not be the person that fits your liking. I will do my best, of course, in every endeavor, and I know a great group of people that will do the same as well. So it's always good to have a team to represent your needs and advocate for you. And signing off for this part of the video, make sure you visit the next part of the video. Go to Sunspot Living on YouTube, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It would be awesome. I would like to do prizes. I would like to do giveaways, and we'll do a live. How about some live streaming? Come on into the Dub community and let's get involved. Thank you. I'll pull it up a little bit further. I do want to go into the Douglas Elliman report. Maybe that'll give us a bigger scope on what we're trying to talk about here. There we go. Douglas Elliman report 2025. Let's go through a couple of things. I'm not going to stay on here too long with this. But you'll see, rental price per square feet, $90.65 per square foot. All right. In February 24 is $84.25. January is $87.29. And in February, $90.65. You got to read it from right to left. All right, because that's when you see it goes up. Days on the market, which is very important. You might get a unit in February 24, 47 days on the market. January 25, they were scooping them up. 38 days on the market. That's why January 25 seems most lucrative, with the median price at $4,350. They had 4,986 new leases. That's the highest between all three of these comparative dates. And the days on the market as of February 25 is 42. And then here's where it counts, the inventory, right? Inventory was less in February, but the days of the market stayed higher. It's the highest, February 24. Fast forward from there to January 25, you have 8,781 units in the listing inventory. but only 38 days on the market. And that's why they had the highest number of new leases. So January 25 was this top of this year was really working. Now here we are. We got more inventory, 8,938. The median between 47 and 38 days on the market at 42. But maybe it's because the median rental price is $4,500. Nobody wants to move now. And nobody wants to enter the new, the new units that are available. Stuff is sky high. Also indicative of what the financial climate is now. Hopefully it just stays like this for a little bit, maybe the next 6 to 8 months, but you don't have that time. If you're out here renting and you're looking to get into a new place, you can do it on your own, but you have a competitive advantage meeting and talking with a real estate professional, salesperson that may have the access to get to other places, and also talk to people that may have another unit or property under their belt. Wouldn't that be great? I think that'd be great. Okay, let's get a little bit more granular to what I was talking about before. What's available in the studios? The number of new leases was 946. One bedroom, 1,937. Right? Remember, the one bedroom and the two bedrooms are what's people concentrate on. That's where a lot of the focus is on. So when you look at reports like this, you're gonna want to see what is going on there, what numbers are being, put into effect. So you got 1,937 new leases at a one bedroom. Two bedrooms, 1,082 new leases. And then it drops off. Three bedrooms, you're talking about a bigger family. Average rental price, $10,069. Who can afford that? Unless you have, working professionals sharing the space, both putting onto the income. Maybe somebody has a more lucrative job that can boost the income up. $10,069. The median rent is $7,250. Right, and in some of the new developments in the city, that's for a one bedroom, two bedroom. It would be modest here, very conservative. And the number of new leases is $412. This is for the Douglas Elliman report. I'm not going to consider too much of that, but just to show you, this is how it's going down right now. Let's come out of this. Go into the second part of this beautiful live that we're doing. I hope you're feeling good right now. This I definitely want to do. I was intrigued by this. And another place you can actually do these. Let me big myself up real quick. If I can. Move this. Boom, boom. Another place that you can actually put in a review for your I'm losing words. Another thing you could do to put in your review for the landlord that you have now or previous landlord is Open Igloo, which is a great community-based site for people to know and understand the renting laws, certain programs that are available for you while being a renter in the city, and as well these landlord situations and even some tenant situations. There's landlords, you have a voice as well. You can voice those opinions out, and this is why I want to make this space, a safe space for. And the if we can weed out the confrontation and get to the nitty gritty and find out what each party truly wants and needs, we could probably, gain some great leverage. And that's what it's about: gain some great leverage and have a higher quality of living with standards. We want to get to that level where we can communicate properly. So let's get into the article here. Worst landlords in 2024. Let's see who made the list. And listen, I'm impartial to all this. I'm very neutral. I don't know everybody. And not everybody knows me. But these things have to be considered, and a good review is a pat on the back, and those are always welcome. But a constructive criticism is a great foundation for better performance. And with better performance come more referrals and more word of mouth, and people will be able to promote your business better. You know what I'm saying? I don't have all the answers, but I'll be willing to get them. And also willing to share the information to see what we can glean from it, right? That's We Share Air, the Sunspot Living. All right, let's get into it. I don't have a drum roll. Well, here we go. New York City renters have to deal with some bad landlords in the city, but these are the worst in the 5 boroughs, according to the list released by public advocate Jermaine Williams. Gotta clap it up for Jermaine Williams. He's doing a good job. He's in a city council for a long time. And, there's respect for landlords altogether, but there's also some in the basket that their greed supersedes them. Respect for tenants, because everybody should have the right to have a place to stay. That's affordable, safe, and well maintained. But I heard some of the worst horror stories. We gotta really, come to grips with that. This is some real stuff, and nobody's above reproach. Everybody should be held accountable, and then we can start, making these changes. So thank you, Jermaine Williams, for your contribution and your oversight and stuff. New York City's worst landlords in 2024 features a list that have been collectively racked up thousands of violations. Talking about thousands of violations. That's a lot of violations. No good. Last year, HPD issued 24% more violations than 2023. So they picked up more. The worst landlord in 2024 goes to Barry Singer, according to Williams. Sorry, Barry. This is a game changer right here. But the full list features 100 city landlords. He currently has an average of 1,804 violations, open violations. Damn, son. Oh, man, that's a lot. We're going to get over this, though. A little bit of nudge can make this work. Singer runs 7 buildings and 199 units in Brooklyn and the Bronx. He has issued 7 evictions over the past 2 years and has 10 Department of Building violations. And then they start to name some of the names. I don't want to go through all. Do I want to go through top 10? We'll go through the top 10. Barry Singer, Alfred Thompson, Karen Gear, Melanie Martin, Claudette Henry, David Tenenbaum, Sam Klein, Robert Kazovitz, Jonathan Bahumi, and Joseph Emil. All right, and there's another full list. Remember, they put down a list of 100. You could probably get it in the public advocate section, Jermaine Williams report, or come over here to Patch and get it from there. Now, like I said, this is not to stomp down on these people. They, things happen. A lot of rent, may not make it in the cash flow, and a lot of considerable repairs have to happen. It could be what they call an economic obfuscation. I mean, there's something going around the areas that change the commute and all this other stuff. Water main breaks. All these things have to be taken into account. But 1,800. Oh my goodness! But imagine the burden that has take place on the shoulders of the landlord. Well, 199 units over several buildings between Brooklyn and the Bronx, but you still gotta be on top, especially if you're getting subsidies from the city. And another program to get onto is I Love Vouchers in New York City. You talk to these people, and you let it be known, like, if you do have a voucher and the issues are not being addressed, you go to 311, make a civil complaint through there. These are the options that you have, and we got to be focused on that. Let me see, get this off, and you're surprised. A nice, lovely surprise. Now, where I was going with this is really funny. I hope you enjoy this. And I pieced this patch together because I just want to also have fun. I'm just getting back into the swing of things, doing this live streaming thing. Right now it's a recording because I'm patching on another smaller market report. Like I said, between Brooklyn and Manhattan. I patch this on and have a nice long form video for you. But this one you're going to enjoy. And like I said, do this for me. When you like, comment, share, subscribe. All right. When you comment, I'm going to be reading the comments, taking your advice into consideration, background music, interactive games, all with real estate involved motif, showcasing new buildings that are in the areas and stuff like that. This is all on my outline sheet. Then I'm putting it together as we speak. But I definitely wanted to put this in effect. Hope you enjoy it. Oh yes. Can I blow this up a little more? Oh yes. Let's see if I can. You see it. You see what's going down. The toilets. Where's my flush? Where is my flush? Here we go. Here we go. How would you like that? Everybody has a toilet, okay? Let's not get too out of hand, all right? Everybody has a toilet in the house. And it's good. But, these are the different types that can inspire you. Let me get this really huge up on here. And if you're looking at the stock ticket on the top, hopefully you have some great performing stocks available for your usage. A lot of high price stocks have been dropping. You might want to get a midpoint where you can catch a few of those and get some dividends at the end of the year. Would you would you sit all day on this toilet right here? What's going on? I forgot which one this is. Let's see, I'm gonna have to blow this up. Which toilet is this? Excuse me, as I blow this up. Oh, it gets better. Watch this one. I guess this gets really. The Ferrari toilet. Oh, Ferrari toilet. That's something else. That's something else. That's something else. Sleek. How you say ergonomic? A nice red design. Got the yellow logo in there. Really fancy. I want to know which one is your favorite one. Let me see. The first one was I think that's Mini, like the Mini Coopers, right? Okay. This is the Ferrari toilet. Oh man, look at this, like a space pod. It's pretty cool. But where your legs? Look, your legs are gonna hang over the side. It's gonna pins and needles. You probably won't get up on there. You probably won't get up from there because you'll be so cramped up. Which one is this though? I'm just having a little fun, yeah. I'm just having a little fun. Oh, look at this. Nice yellow, look like a pod. Yes. Bask in it. That's what I'm looking for now, so you can see it too. Which one is this? I believe it's the Porsche toilet. Oh man, look at this. Ooh. Wake up in the night. I like this one. I like this one. Got the lights. Maybe a Bluetooth speaker on the headrest. I wouldn't get up. I'd probably sleep right there. Drawers to the floor. That's crazy. Drawers to the floor. Pause. Interesting. Just like that, yeah. Let me know which one. This is number 6. Which one is your favorite toilet? What you got? What you got? All right. This is, I know. It's interesting. Oh, is this the BMW toilet? It's the BMW toilet, I think. I think it's the BMW toilet. Something extra right there. Now, mind you, these are concept arts. Don't go looking for this stuff. You know, it'll break your heart if you go looking for this stuff. They'll run you out the place. But, you know, you can 3D printers, high-tech craftsmanship. There are people out here making this stuff. You know, aligning with the plumbing. This is a go. This is a go. Look at this outer space one. I like this. I really like this. This is really in a man cave or something like that. You know, really futuristic vibe going on with that. I don't know about this. This, I mean, it has a nice aesthetic, but it looks too like a medical table. I can't do that one. And that's the last one. That's number 9. All right. That's the BMW toilet. Right. Let me go back to it. This was, I got the logo under it and I just couldn't see it. All right. This was the Aston Martin. Oh, the Bentley, pardon me. That's the Bentley. Bentley toilet is sick. It's rocking. That's the Mercedes toilet with the green, the alien green piping. Alfa Romero, I believe. If I can see that properly. Yeah. That is the Porsche. I knew it. Clap for me. Thought I didn't know it, but I know it. Or is that the Lamborghini? Lamborghini. All right, I can't read that. That one's too small for me. You see. I should have wrote them down. But nice little exercise right here. Nice little exercise. Okay, let me get out of this. And I hope you were entertained. You've enjoyed yourself. Get out of there. Hope you entertained, you enjoy yourself, you found some new information out. Pardon my stuttered, pardon my little um pauses in between. Like I said, I was a little rusty. I had a lot on my mind. I had to get this off. I wanted to make sure it came out, pretty good, especially with the sound. And so all your comments, everything you need to tell me, please put it in the comment section. I also have the intro. I got to incorporate that. It's going to be a lot of stuff. So when it's time for us to do a live stream, nice podcast type of environment, I want you to be relaxed, enjoy some of the activities, and also let's share the information. We share air. Use these keys of communication and opening doors and new opportunities. I am C. Chambers, licensed real estate agent in New York City and New York abroad. Let's get this together and wish you well on your travels. Be great. There you go. There you go. Come on.